On a chilly December afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Ball carrier.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Tyus Bowser just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. And the sack parade continues. Remember last week, they had an astounding 8 sacks. Another one there on the opening drive.
And they have the mentality of just attacking the quarterback in the pocket, no matter what. They're one of those teams that says, we play the run on our way back to the quarterback, and that philosophy works for them very well.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. They snapped that at 1. Now it's Burrow. And able to find Green. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A big 3rd down play there for the Bengals. 48 yards.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Oh, they'll try a jet sweep here with Higgins. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes on, because we know they like to use their wideouts either on quick throws or on jet sweeps like what we just saw there. And to say that that one worked well, partner, that's stating the obvious.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
He was taken down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up first and goal. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
And the Bengals are going to be set up with a first and goal as good running gets them down to about the 4-yard line.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that, because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with third down upcoming.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Sometimes I need a check.
Mixon trying to punch it in. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now Giorgio Tavecchio for the field goal try. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. Tavecchio puts this one through. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. A collegiate star here in the Buckeye State, it's J.K. Dobbins. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Check, 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 check.
Out of the shotgun, McSorley. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. McSorley from the shotgun. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
21-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
And a good pickup there by Mixon, and that shows the talent that he has. Back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. 4th in the NFL in 2018. 9th last year. But I look for those numbers to jump back up again with the introduction of new talent in Cincinnati.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. 24 yards to gain there. Another first down as well. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And that will be incomplete. Some mistakes already in the first quarter. If he holds on to that one, first down.
Yeah, and I'll guarantee you that at least one defensive back out there has reminded him of that fact, trying to get into his head and hoping that'll affect him the rest of the game.
51-yard attempt.
And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
And they'll try to run the option here. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
They'll run here with Dobbins. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the second round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football out of the backfield? Be able to get him in the second round? That's what I call a steal.
DJ Reader there on the tackle.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
15 yards on the play, first down.
A gain of 15.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Looking to throw on 1st and 10. Here's McSorley. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 17-yard line.
Now McSorley. And returning right back to Boykin. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
Complete to
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
6-yard line.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Score, Bengals 3, Ravens nothing.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. Here's Dobbins. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have taken the lead. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Makes the score Ravens 7, Bengals 3. Justin
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Brought down by
well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
On 2nd down, Mixon. They find some open field here. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 16 yards, a 1st down. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the 1st half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And now they will throw it with Burrow. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. But it's going to be 2nd down. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Here's Burrow. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
The Bengals on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be third and forever. Now it's Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And nothing but daylight ahead. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. So they will tread backward on the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled at a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Dobbins. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing is McSorley. He's going to find his receiver, Chris Moore. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
McSorley sets to pass. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And the Raven first down.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, McSorley. They set up the screen to Hill. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now Dobbins. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Dobbins the ball.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, Kai just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. Give him 9 yards on the scramble there, but it does leave him still a few inches shy with 3rd down looming. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker, Justin Tucker, out onto the field. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
3rd and 5.
Burrow will throw. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Sometimes I need a check.
On first down, Nixon. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now Burrow to throw on second down. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Their own 49-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
8 yards to go on second down. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Logan Wilson that time there to bring him down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's McSorley to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
There is something to a game plan. We're trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
On third down, here's Dobbins. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, He looked like one of those guys.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Burrow looking to pass. Flush to his right. He'll run it. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And he'll get credit for a punt inside the 20, not by much, but inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
55, mark, guys, 55.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. What everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
Here's McSorley on 1st and 10. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
McSorley, 1st and 10. Flushed out right. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Justin Tucker on for the field goal. A 52-yard attempt.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. Want to hear?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Watch left, watch left. All right, T, let's
They will throw on first down with Burrow. That's complete to the tight end Sample. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 25 yards that time. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Oh, that was dangerous.
Burrow's pass.
Throw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on second down.
Brings up second and
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
on the keeper.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Field goal. A 40-yard attempt.
And Tavecchio pulls it to the right. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's a second missed field goal here in this first half. He'll have to think about that going forward. Maybe time for a little soul-searching as well.
Yeah, the head coach might be looking towards the heavens because you wonder if this will affect the 4th down decision-making going forward. If you get 4th and 3, 4th and 4, situations that used to be calls for the kicker might get a second thought.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second.
Tyler Boyd, he's going to go. The 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have got it back to a one-score game. And he puts it through. They're within 3. It's 13-10.
Makes the score Ravens 13, Bengals 10.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. Pulls it in at the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
That's why you call a screen. You want to catch a defense overcommitting. Plenty of space available, and that matched up perfectly. What a convoy he got downfield to pick up big yardage on that play.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now a carry for Dobbins. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. And let's check on the call. So that one will be accepted. Here's a give to Dobbins. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
13 yards remaining on 2nd down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
So that'll back him up 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. McSorley from the shotgun. That's taken in by Duvernay. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. They're going to look to throw. And he almost just had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
Jesse Bates.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the shotgun, McSorley. And that'll bring up fourth down as his Cincy defense stands up on third.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
For the field goal, a 42-yard attempt.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. So that one is his third of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Okay, can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice.
25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Draw play for Mixon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 40-yard line.
Second and 11 now. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And caught, right side, Green. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Keep it up, guys. 49 the mic. 49 the mic. 70 Lions. Check three.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Not ideal there. That delay of game backs him up 5 yards, so now they need 7 yards on third down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And that is incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that kick will go out of bounds right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pull out one for the sake, boy, till there's nothing left. I'm gonna point to the bank.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Now a handoff for Dobbins. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Sorely on the keeper. A fumble on the play. Recovered by the defense.
They'll run on first down. Mixon. The tackle made by the corner, Jimmy Smith.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And with a play clock getting closer to 0, John Harbaugh is going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory.
Hill, the ball carrier.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On second down now, Dobbins, and he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals 41. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Looking to throw on 1st and 10. Here's McSorley. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Set him back 5. throwing on second down, McSorley. Open man is Duvernay. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Complete to Devin Duvernay.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here's McSorley now, 3rd and long. He's going to find his receiver, Chris Moore. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th.
But it brings up 4th down.
So out comes the field goal team once more. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. Tucker's kick is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So he's got another field goal, his 4th now in the game. He's making it look easy out there.
He certainly is, and they're always aiming for a swing of the leg that repeats under pressure, right? So nothing's different. He's got that right now because confidence is breeding confidence.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
2nd and 10 now, Burrow. This one hauled in by Sample. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
Joe Mixon.
A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Now McSorley. Working left side, and it's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
1st down.
On 1st down, Dobbins. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory.
On the carry for
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now Hill. Room here to run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
McSorley sets to pass. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
Now it's Burrow. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. The sack by Justin Ellis. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Taken in from 22. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. They'll start the drive with Hill. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. It's Logan Wilson there to bring him down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he is finally out of bounds, just shy of the 5, all the way down at the 6. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They're in charge.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Trace McSorley, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
And the sneak works on 2nd and goal. They didn't wait until it was 4th down to try and get him across.
No, and I think if you're the QB, you like these plays, don't you? I mean, you want to hand it off sometimes, but also prove that you can get it in there as well.
Yeah, it makes you really part of the gang, doesn't it? It makes you part of the crew, and it really bonds you with those big offensive linemen because then you get to celebrate with the big fellas.
And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
10 at the 38-yard line.
Now Burrow. And that's incomplete. Drew Sample, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 10. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll go with Hill here on 1st down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 30.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now an option play, and he'll keep it. And a short gain down to about the 33. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
On 3rd down, Dobbins. And some room to work. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as the Ravens push further out in front. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Burrow looking to pass. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Oh, nearly picked.
Incomplete.
And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. Burrow will throw. Escaping the pressure right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. And it is incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Well, at this stage of the game in the 2nd half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 yards there, 1st down.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Ravens.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And they'll indeed take a knee. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
We got 4. We got 4. Here we go. Watch 7.
And they will take a knee here.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
50 seconds. Mike, 50 seconds. I know he ain't got it.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Baltimore, a final win here means they'll finish at 14-2. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, this loss will mean they finish the season right at 500 at 8-8. But they've got better days in their future. Of that,